Welcome to the Rookie Critic YouTube channel, where film roams free. So everybody has pretty much talked about The Last Jedi by now, and I mean literally just about everybody. So I'm about to get my feet wet and start talking about it too. Yay! I plan on doing a more in-depth discussion of it later, but right now I'm just piecing together some thoughts, and I'll make an actual legitimate video that has actual images and, cohesiveness. This will be a little scattered because I'm thinking off the top of my head, so I'm going to start talking now. So before I start talking about when I saw The Last Jedi, I'm going to first tell you a little bit about when I saw The Force Awakens. Going into The Force Awakens, my brother and I were both pretty eager to go see it. I was a little skeptical of how the new films were going to do, but I wasn't that skeptical. I thought the trailers looked decent enough. Seeing the Stormtrooper and Rey and all that stuff, I thought it was going to be a little different. Kylo Ren's lightsaber and his image, and I was like, okay, he's going to be all right. This might be an okay, little series going on. But we saw the movie, and I didn't hate it. I did not hate The Force Awakens. I thought The Force Awakens was okay. I wouldn't say it was the best way that they could have started. I felt like, it was a little uncreative how they started. I mean, a lot of people give it praise for, retaining a lot of the nostalgia and starting a new kind of thing, but I don't really agree with that. I'll get into this a little bit later about why I don't think that that was a good idea, but then Rogue One comes out, and that one, to put it like this, the guy next to me in the theater was literally snoring during Rogue One. He fell asleep and was bored out of his mind. I kind of felt it too. There was so much of the movie that was just, why are we watching this? I know that the prequels had some slow moments, but at least for the most part, you're kind of watching and it makes sense what's going on a little bit. It seems coherent. In Rogue One, it's like, they go to 15 planets and they just rush here and there, and stormtroopers get beat up with sticks the whole time, which I know the Ewoks did that too, but the more you show it, the worse it looks, It's just, I don't know, I could go on another... I'll talk about Rogue One later. Let's just save this video let's just have this video be The Last Jedi, okay? Alright, so then The Last Jedi comes out, and I'm skeptical, but I'm not completely doubtful. The trailer looked okay. I kind of liked the idea of, Luke wanting to not continue being a Jedi. I was okay with that. I'm okay with him being a hermit. I just would rather the reasons be better, but anyway. So we're in the theater, and my brother and I are next to each other. We're watching. We're just about ready. We're kind of with the hype with everyone. Like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen. All right, and the title crawl starts to play. Starts to roll, and I'm honestly, I shook it off because it seemed really ridiculous where we start. With the First Order reigning, as it said, the First Order reigns, period. I was like, okay, I guess, but even though, whatever, okay. And then we just start with the, Hux and Poe having their back and forth, and I pretty much, when he was like, oh yeah, I'll hold your mom, and he's talking to him, I just, I sighed and leaned back in my chair, and it was just like, this is gonna be a long freaking movie. But maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a bad opening. Maybe it was just a bad joke or something that just happened. But no, the rest of the movie gets pretty bad too, especially the humor. Because right after this battle, Snoke comes in with his humongous head hologram, and Force throws around Hux all with silliness. I almost expected circus music to play. It just wasn't good to me. And then just everything throughout the whole movie, there's just little things that just bug me. I think as Mahler put it, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Like, this thing's bad, this thing's bad, this thing's bad. The movie as a whole, it's hard to say one reason as to why it's bad, but it's like just cut, and you're gonna, enough cuts and you're gonna be killed. Like, there's just too many cuts into the movie that just is ridiculous. I want to start critiquing it, but we'd be here all day. I mean, Mahler himself made 5 hours of content critiquing the freaking movie himself, and he's much more articulate than I am. My initial reaction to the movie when the movie was over was, well, okay, again, I'll use my brother and I as an example. We came in both being very skeptical and excited, kinda. And by the end of the movie, when that kid, we see the stupid kid with his broom, and he picks it up or whatever, and then it cuts to credits, my brother was like, "Oh, it's over?" And I was like, "Yes, it's over. Yes, it's over. Yes, it's fucking over. It's fucking over." So yeah, it turns out that the movie wasn't really all that good. I didn't like it. I went home and looked up reviews. I like to look up reviews after I see the movies, and I mean, there was some people that were giving it some positive praise a little bit. They were like, "Oh, it was really cool," and how there was all these things, and I was like, okay, maybe I was just in a sour mood or something. Maybe it was me. But then, no, luckily, other YouTubers were having the same feeling I was. World-class bullshitters, especially, Geekdom 101 even. There was a lot of people that just didn't like the movie either. A lot of them want to like the movie too, but it just wasn't good. And, not liking the movie would be one thing. This is more what I want to talk about here. So there's these people that support and like the movie that start having a problem and insulting the people that don't like the movie. They start calling them racist, sexist, man-babies, incels, whiny fanboys. Like, that's a problem. We just don't like the movie. And they have a huge problem that we don't like the movie. A lot of times, videos that have come out even recently have been, people like Patrick Wells, I don't know his last name, Patrick something, was like, "Oh, it's just a space wizard. He's holding up a freaking board. It's a movie aimed at kids about space wizards and blah, blah, blah. And you shouldn't take it that seriously. Don't be angry." And then, okay, as Mahler pointed out, as he did a response thing, if that's the case, then why are you making such a video about it? Why are you making a 20-minute video trying to defend it, say how much you love it, and blah, blah, blah? Why are you allowed to do that about a little kid's space movie when we're not allowed to do the same when we don't like it? You're trying to defend it. We're saying why we don't like it. What's the difference here? There isn't. And you say that a lot of times people will say that there's all these angry fans and toxic fans, but we're not angry. We're not toxic. We just don't like your stupid film, and everyone else is making a big deal about the fact that we don't like it. They keep on thinking there's something wrong with us. Every time, this is what I've been noticing. I tried to do research too. I tried to look up positive reviews about The Last Jedi, and one, that was difficult to even find videos that say anything positive. There's so many that are riddled with all the flaws with The Last Jedi, which is just great. But, I'm trying to find the other side. Like, what is legitimate points that other people have with the film? What do they really enjoy about The Last Jedi? And some, I think, have some okay points, but those are more personal based on what they've gone through. I can understand why they would like it, but for the most part, over 5 videos, at least over 5 videos, I'll admit I haven't clicked on more than like 7, but 5 out of 7, everyone that was trying to defend The Last Jedi starts out by insulting people that didn't like it. They're like, their expectations were subverted. Oh no, things didn't happen the way they wanted. Their fan theories didn't come true. That's not why the film is bad, and that's not why the film is good. I don't get why they keep on starting like this. They'll say, "Oh, it's aimed for kids, but it's so intelligent and smart. Look at how great it is." And when it's not, and it's just like, can you... like I said, my thoughts here are not all completely gathered. I will make a better video in the future about The Last Jedi and responding to it. I want to make a good one responding to things that people say. One of the things that people say is, comparing to the original trilogy, like there was a Facebook thing that came out. I don't know if people take it seriously or not, but I think people normally take it seriously. They show the Emperor, and they're like, "Oh, in the original trilogy, this guy was a supreme leader, and nobody, cared about his backstory. He was just there, everybody loved him." Cut to now, and they do the same exact thing, and everybody hates him. Everybody hates Snoke, not because we don't know his backstory. That's not the reason as to why we don't like him. In my opinion, you shouldn't have even had Snoke in this. Why would you have another Emperor type of person? So with me, it's not that we don't know who Snoke is, it's that why is he even in here? They claim that they're not copying the originals, but if that's the case, then why is there a deformed looking ruler who can use the Force and whatnot that is the leader of a regime that is copying the Empire? I mean, I don't understand how people don't get the difference. In the original trilogy, back in the 70s, that was our first introduction to Star Wars. That was our first time ever looking at this stuff. They told us what we need to know, and then found out other stuff later on. But we're told what we need to know in the beginning, and that's fine. And then we see their events play out through the Return of the Jedi, and then all of a sudden, now we cut to where we are now, and there's just randomly another guy that's also in charge, and everything is all different. But then they say, oh, well, if the original trilogy started out without explaining everything, so can we. No, you're wrong, because you're a sequel, you're a continuation, you're not just a beginning. If you're a new beginning completely, that not connected to this at all, I think you have more room if there's more room in between what happened, but this is only a short amount of time between when the Empire fell and when the First Order rose, apparently. So you can't just have another huge Force user just appear out of nowhere and then expect everyone to just go, oh, no, that makes sense, that's fine, that makes sense. And then they go, oh, with your fan theories, it's not right. No, it's not about fan theories or my expectations. It's... oh my god. I'll talk about subverting expectations for a second. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people know this type of comparison here, but it's like, if somebody... oh, my battery's about to die. I'll say this real quick and then I'll change my camera. So if somebody is about to shake your hand and they come in and punch you in the face, I'm expecting a handshake, and then I get punched in the face instead. You subverted my expectations, congratulations, but you punched me in the face and that hurt. That's not good. That's not a good thing that you punched me in the face. You know what I mean? Like, you subverted my expectations, great, but now I got a freaking black eye. What the hell's wrong with you? And you're yelling at me after you just punched me in the face. Screw you! And so another problem that I have is that I think they claim that this is supposed to finish off the Skywalker story, and it doesn't. If this trilogy is supposed to finish off what happens with the Skywalkers, Han Solo, Leia, everybody, then this should be focused more around them, or story, more... if the Return of the Jedi wasn't enough of a finality for them, then this should really be a finality for them. But it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like it's just the new people, and everyone else is just being brushed aside. The older characters aren't being treated with respect. I don't know if they really intend on going with the forget the past, kill it if you have to. From what I learned in school, you're supposed to learn from the past, not kill it or be ridiculous about, treating the past. Yeah, you could acknowledge that other people made mistakes and that, the Jedi made a lot of stupid decisions, but that's how you improve to make them better, not just go, oh, I denounce it, it's all horrible and bad. Alright, screw it. The camera dying and then me having done the recording without it actually recording, it's kind of thrown me off a little bit. So I'm just going to cut the video right here, and I'm going to continue I'm going to make a part 2 of this where I can better have my thoughts all gathered and presented a little bit better. Again, because I'm just all rattled on where the hell I was to finish this video off, so I'm just going to call it right here. And, so tune in on the next one to see my last thoughts on The Last Jedi, and see you in that one.
If you liked the video, please leave a like, or if you hate it, click dislike. Also, share the video with your friends and enemies, subscribe to follow this channel, and hit that bell down below to be notified when I upload.